without the sound because I turned my sound down.
Okay. Where'd it go? It just left. Hello. So this is our second episode of the year of Let's Talk Business podcast. And we're going to talk about the money. Where is the money this year? A lot of people, a lot of scammers took a lot of money from us business owners last year. So let's get back to it this year because with the new stimulus checks for everybody, that means that have more business funding for stimulus as well. So let's figure out how we can get to this money. Okay? Hey Hassani, hey Dante. Let me see your paper real quick. All right, so there's a couple of things that's coming back out with the stimulus check. The payroll protection plan, that's what it stands for. The payroll protection plan loan, the ELDL loan, all the COVID loans and grants are going to be open back up this year also. So be on the lookout. If you don't have a bank account set up for your business, kind of need one in order to take care of this. Look into the SBA, the Small Business Administration website. Also look on the IRS website and your local, state, and city government websites because they have a lot of grants out there that people don't understand or people don't know about because you don't frequent these websites. You should be on your city, county, and state website frequently in the business section just to see what's out here. The county and the state is always looking for bids for different businesses and different things of that nature. So depending on what kind of business you're in, you can possibly get money from them. So let's talk about this payroll protection loan that everybody is trying to get. So this year it's been designated to $349 billion for 2021. $349 billion. We need to be taking a big chunk of that. Last year, a lot of scammers got it and a lot of major corporations got it and not so many small businesses got it, which is very unfair because corporations, you got years, you got business, capital, equity, everything that you can draw from. We really don't have it that way. So as of December 27, 2020, it is back. So you need to start gathering your paperwork, getting everything together. So this is a list of things that you need. 8 documents that you need to submit with your application. First of all, the completed application for the PPP loan itself, okay? So this includes your name, address, list of all the owners that own 20% or more of your business, the type of business you have, whether you're a corporation or LLC or whatever. You can also be an independent contractor and you can also be a sole proprietor to get this loan. So you don't have to be a corporation. So if you got any kind of business, you can show your business income and expenses, you can apply for this loan. Okay, so that's one. The second thing you need is the average monthly payroll cost. So this payroll for everybody, including yourself. How much does it cost you each month to pay yourself and your staff? You need to have that worked out. You need to do the math and figure that out. Okay, number 3, you need 2019 proof of payroll costs or self-employment income. So this can be your tax return or this can be IRS form 940 or 941. Get familiar with those, see where you land. You need this information. This will help your chances of getting approved. Not saying it's going to guarantee, but help your chances of getting approved. If you are a partnership without employees, you need to file. You need to include a Schedule K-1 or IRS Form 1065. So, IRS Form 1065 or Schedule K-1. It's everything you need. If you are self-employed, you need to have a IRS Form 1040. I think we all are familiar with the 1040.
That's the normal form.
So you need to have that for yourself if you're a sole proprietor or independent contractor. And proof of any health insurance payment that you made You're getting a corporation, Angel, not an LLC. You should have tuned in my last show. We're not doing LLCs this year. We're doing corporations, but I got you, boo. Proof of health insurance payments that you paid for yourself and on behalf of your employees. Okay. Proof of ownership. Number 4, proof of ownership. So you need to have your Social Security number if you're an independent contractor or a sole proprietor. If you're a corporation or any other business entity, you need to have your taxpayer identification number or employer identification number. Same thing, same difference. You get that from the IRS, so you need to have that. Also, you need to have your incorporation paperwork from the state that you live in. So if you live in the state of Wisconsin, you should have your paperwork and your seal saying that your articles of incorporation, your business was formed on this date in this state with the actual seal on it. Cannot be a photocopy. Okay. Number 5, you need to have a government ID, passport, or driver's license for every business owner that owns more than 20% or more of your company. So if you have partners, everybody have to be on a loan. Otherwise, it's fraudulent. Okay? If you got a business partner and you doing a loan over here, you're not putting that information on it, that's fraudulent. That's going to hurt you, your business partner, and your business. Okay? Email address for all business owners with 20% or more stake in the business. Your business electronic transfer information, your routing and account number, you need to have that. Proof of business operations and active status. Again, this is your certificate from your state saying that you're in business. Or also, like, it could be your reseller's permit, because you have to have all that paperwork to get your reseller's permit. So, let's recap 8 things you need. First is the completed application for the PPE loan. Your second thing is the average monthly payroll cost for you and all of your employees. The third thing is 2019 proof of payroll costs for you and all your employees. So this can be check stubs, this can be bank statements, it could be your payroll system reports. You just have to have proof. 4, proof of ownership, EIN number or Social Security number for your business. 5 is your government IDs, driver license ID, passport for everybody that owns 20% or more. Number 6 is email addresses for everyone that owns 20% or more of your business. And number 7 is your bank account routing information. And 8 is proof of your business operations. This could be your articles of incorporation, your reseller permit, or something that states that you're an actual business. Okay? Those are the 8 things that you need to include with your, there you go, with your application, and this will help increase the likelihood of you being granted a loan. Now, again, your business credit and the legitimacy of the forms that you submit have to be taken in place. But if you have all of these things in place, it's going to help the likelihood that you're going to be receiving a loan. Can't guarantee it. Nobody can guarantee the loan but the banks and the government. So just put together the best package you possibly can. Think about this. You're going to ask somebody for some money. So you don't want to come in there looking janky or, not being prepared. If you come and ask me for $100,000 but you don't have your paperwork together, I'm not going to want to give you $100,000, even though it's not coming out of my pocket.
Right.
I'm not going to want to give that to you. So that's one thing you could think about. Also check the Small Business Administration website and your local bank website to see what other COVID resource loans they have out there. Everything that was available last year is going to be available again effective December 27th. So get it together, guys, because they go fast.
Right.
And like last year, a lot of scammers, a lot of major corporations, they took advantage of a lot of the money that was not necessarily meant for them or could have better been used for somebody else.
Right, but this year they're going to be very, very, very strict.
Very
strict.
And
a lot of those people that did come out with scamming, all that's going to be investigated. So
yeah, they definitely going to have somebody
to answer to, most of them.
Yeah, And, you know, I want them to answer somebody. I want everybody who wasn't supposed to get it to get caught. I'm sorry.
Right.
Say what you want to say. I have actual businesses, and we was not able to get one. So anybody who wasn't supposed to don't have a business, and you just think stuff is sweet, I hope you pay it back or get what's coming to you. Sorry to say.
Pretty much.
Okay, so other ways to get funding for your business, I would say, I got to do something different here. My battery's dying.
Add me to it now. We shouldn't hear me. I got my phone off. My sound off on my phone.
It won't let me add you again. There we go. Okie dokie. All right, so if you're
that ain't gonna work.
We do this every show. Sorry, we gotta hurt your ears every show.
That ain't gonna work.
So if you're not familiar with WIBIC, Women in Business, Wisconsin Women Business Corporation, I think they are located throughout southeastern Wisconsin.
Yeah, they are located. So here in Milwaukee, they're located off of King Drive and North Avenue.
Right. So I know they have a Kenosha branch, a Madison branch, and
maybe even Green Bay.
Racine and Green Bay. I think you want to get with them because they have very reasonable loans for small business, and they also have classes.
Training. They have and a lot of those classes that they have on their site are free.
Free small business courses.
You just have to register yourself.
Yeah, free small business courses. If you're not familiar with anything or you want to learn from professionals, I would definitely say that they would be some of the people that you should really look out for. I know that you can get a loan with a 580 credit score for just 5% interest rate. It don't get any better than that.
Right.
I'm sorry. Anything I go for at this point in time, it's going to be like 20. Right. So get familiar with them. You can get a loan from $10,000 up to like $250,000. They have business plan writing classes. So if you never wrote a business plan before, they'll definitely help you out.
Grant writing classes as well.
Yep. So business, grant, nonprofit, anything that you're trying to do here in Milwaukee, I will go through WIBIC because they just have more success stories as far as helping people. I get too far away from my mic. Can you hear me still? Okay. Also, they have a new crowdfunding app called Kiva, and what Kiva does is it gives you a loan based on your family and your friends' participation. So
it's basically like you giving back.
Yeah. So if you want a loan for like $5,000 to say, hey, I need to buy inventory, or I need a new computer system, or we need a new van for the business, or whatever, you can set up your crowdfunding. You complete your application, your pitch, and you have to do a 60-second video on why somebody should help you, which for me is like terrible because I end up doing like 12 videos before I come up with one 60-second video. But then all of your friends, you try to get at least 10 people to donate $25 towards your cause, and that secures your loan pretty much. So basically it's not like a loan from a place, it's like a community funded loan.
It's almost like a GoFundMe.
Yep, it's like a GoFundMe.
In other words.
Yeah, so it's like basically they want to see how your community feel about you. You know, if your community believe in you, then they, more inclined to help you out and everything. And it's really good. Like I have a campaign that I'm launching. I was thinking about doing it on my birthday.
Why not?
It's my birthday,
Why not?
So definitely look into them, and it's free. If you're looking for different grants, write this down.
Oh, yeah.
I Fund Women. Spelled like iPhone. I Fund Women. They have a lot of different grants. They pull together all the major corporations that want to help small businesses. Then they go through and they put these different grant programs. And this is money that you don't have to pay back. They do have courses as well. They have a Slack room where they do a lot of different chats and send a lot of different information out. They have a whole pitch template, like walk you through the beginning to the end of how to even make your pitch and your things for your pitch deck for your grants, anything. So everything on I Fund Women is grants and don't have to be paid back. Another one is Her Headquarters, and they have different grants for women. These don't have to be paid back.
And then also make sure you know the difference between a grant and a loan.
Right.
Loans you pay back, grants you do not have to pay back.
Exactly. Okay. Think about that. Don't go grab a loan and thinking you're good to go. You will hurt your business.
Right.
If you have somewhat decent credit, you can apply for a business credit card, guarantee the business credit card with your personal credit. You would look at this with American Express Open. I think you can go through them. I think Citibank has a business one if you don't want to go through your bank or your credit union. These are just some of the ones I can think of. You also want to make sure that you establish some trade lines in your business name prior to applying to a loan, maybe 3 to 6 months to prior to. And what I mean by trade lines means like opening up vendor accounts. And we talked about this on the last show. You want to open up a Quill account, a Uline account, maybe even Office Depot, just different places that establish business accounts. So if you have a cell phone service or cable service in your house, switch it over to a business name. There's things you're going to pay for. You're already paying for it anyway. It's already fitting your budget. You don't have to change anything. And so you're paying on it every month faithfully is building positive business credit. So make sure that you have your business incorporated, your EIN number and your DUNS number, and proof of your sales and some trade lines on your account to build your business credit. This will help you get the loans. It also will help you get grants if you can show that you've paid back loans or you're in good standing with different places in your business practices. You will be more likely to be awarded a grant rather than denied. If they can't find any business history on you, you're probably less likely to get a grant or a loan. So it's one thing you want to think about. Crowdfunding in a way where you're not necessarily just asking for money, but set up packages. Like I know on I Fund Women, you can set up a crowdfunding, but you have packages. You can say for $250 you get this from my business, and for $20 you get this from my business. So it's not like they're just giving you money; they're actually getting some form of product or service from you in return for that money. So it's kind of like building sales, basically. And I would think that would be a great way, especially if you're a product-based or maybe a spa, maybe a service. People always need things, but then you're creating recurring customers. Because if they like that, your products, they're going to come back and they're going to tell more people. So now you just generating more sales.
That word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Other business funding. Start small. If you're an online store, if you can drop ship your products, ask your vendors, do they drop ship? Work with them to send out your products to your customers in your packaging. Like most vendors don't mind that. If you say, hey, and sometimes they offer it as an additional service. Hey, we'll make your boxes and your mailers and your labels and your tags, and we'll put all of your stuff on our products and send to your customers.
Amazon.
Yep. Amazon is a big person who does that. You can drop ship with AliExpress and Alibaba straight to Amazon and make good money. So you don't have to have a lot of money up front for inventory. You're just ordering products as your sales come along, and you save that money, and then you take that and apply to, for a loan or grants. Other thing, applying directly to vendors. You may not be able to get a loan, but you may be able to get 30 or 60 days net. 30 and 60 days net is just as good as go, especially if you're a retail business. Because I can say if I went to a beauty supply store and a beauty supply vendor and said, hey, I want to do a pop-up shop. I don't want to test this market. I want to see what goes on, if this is going to be a good fit for a store. And if you got good enough credit, they'll grant you 30 or 60 days. They give you the products for free. You go sell them, and you got 30 to 60 days to pay them back or return the products that didn't sell. That's not a bad idea. So you got to leverage what you have.
Right.
Until you can get what you want. It makes sense?
It makes plenty of sense to me.
Yeah. So there's money and there's ways to get money out there without asking family too much, without using your personal income, because that can hurt you.
Right.
That can hurt you a lot. So don't fund your business with your work check. That is just going to be a rabbit hole. It's going to be very, very hard for you to climb out of. Very hard. Trust me. That's how I started. I was like, oh, yeah. But it wasn't a bad thing because I was making a lot of money. So I can take a paycheck and buy inventory and not, it not hurt, and I can sell it and put it back, But if you don't have it that way and you already, you make enough to stay afloat, can't really take from your bills to do this, it's just going to be a bad thing. So we have the PPE loans. We have the other COVID loans and grants. We talked about WIBIC. Get familiar, get in some of those courses. If you're not familiar, you can't get in some of their courses. We have courses that's coming up. We have small business customer service coming up. We have branding and marketing coming up. We have different pop-up events, different networking events to stay in tune to what we're doing here. And we're going to get you guys in business.
Absolutely.
Our goal here is to see a turn, an increase on businesses year after year for Black people. Well, anybody really. Right. I'm not gonna say Black people. For anybody that seeks to be in business themselves.
All right. It's because there's money out there for everybody, so there's room for everybody to eat. And and also do not get discouraged if you think if you want to do a business and somebody else is already doing that business. Don't let that discourage you because of the fact that somebody's doing that business already. Mm-hmm. You may have a better idea to tweak that business, or even if you're not necessarily trying to do a little something different with it, still just continue to do you, be you, and you never know, you might excel over them and do you.
For a prime example, when I started my business, I started selling hair and lashes. And my daughter's like, everybody sell hair and lashes. Okay? Everybody need hair and lashes.
And they do.
The thing about it is you want to set yourself apart with your packaging and your service. Because everybody is not a good business owner. Just like everybody don't make a good manager. You just may have better ideas. You just may have a different approach. You may have a better support system. So don't think just because someone is doing it already that you shouldn't do it. There's a McDonald's, there's a Burger King, there's a Checkers for a reason. Everybody got a different burger because everybody got to eat.
Exactly.
No one business can service everybody. That's why there's liquor stores on every corner. That's why there's beauty supply stores on every corner. There's churches on every corner. Everybody have a capacity of who they can reach.
Exactly.
So don't stop doing you because somebody already doing it. Just do you a different way.
That's exactly what it is.
That's it.
Don't ever let that discourage you from starting something that if you have a passion for it. Like if somebody else is doing it, it does not matter because, like she said, there's always. I done bought hair from 3 different people. Mm-hmm. I done got my braids done from 3 different people. It don't matter because why? She gonna get her money. She gonna get her money, and they gonna get their money.
Right, and it's all about when you're in business. It's really all about. Who's available, like right here, right now. Like sometimes I have to go to 3 different Walmarts to find one product because I just need this. So this person may not have what you need. This person may have it this week. Yep. So don't get caught up on somebody already else doing it, or I don't want to sell this because everybody else selling it. That has nothing to do with you. Put your stank on it and keep it going.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel about it.
That's the only way you're going to continue to grow anyways.
Right. There's a big booming trend right now with Black women open up, or Black people. I'm in some groups where black men are popping up beauty supply stores everywhere. Like, there's over 50 black-owned beauty supply stores in the U.S. right now. That is vastly different from like 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Like, how much sense do that make, though?
Right.
We're buying the products, we're using the products,
but
why not have our own?
Exactly. So the mission behind this is basically we have to stop letting people come into our community and drain us of our resources and our money and have no respect for us. Exactly. as a people. Exactly. They can't ask any questions. They don't even want to answer questions. It's like, yeah, hurry up, bye. Now I need to know if this goes with my texture of skin. I need to know if I can put this perm on top of this dye I just did.
Right, and half the time they don't know because they don't know how to. They only know how to sell the product, but they don't know how to service us.
Exactly.
Meaning, when I say service us, they can sell you whatever they're gonna sell you, but you don't know how my texture of hair is and how my skin is.
Exactly.
And none of that. So how can you tell me that just by it? No. That's part of the reason why a lot of more people are starting to get into that, and it makes total sense.
One thing too, you have to research your vendors. As much as you want to be in business, every vendor is not a good vendor. I had one of my Asian vendors really sit down and tell me there's no true grade of hair. That 10A, 9A, 12A, that's all marketing. Everybody is selling the same grade of hair. It's just all marketing. And the only thing that you're really paying for is the length and maybe the texture. Is it a wave or a curly or whatever? Other than that, you're getting the same hair. So whether you bought it for $20 a bundle because you thought it was 7A versus $80 a bundle because you thought it was 12A.
I can believe that.
There's no difference. And I was like, and I've been selling hair for a few years, and every time I turn around, it's like, oh, it's 12A hair now. I'm gonna pay this higher price to get this 12A hair because I want my customers to have the best. And the whole time it was all the same hair.
I can believe that. It's the marketing, like you said, a marketing tag.
Yep. So do your research on your vendors. Don't buy vendors list. It's not worth it. If you do your research and put a little time and effort into it, you can find all the vendors that they about to sell you for $10, $12, $50, $100. They're scammers. I've been scammed when I first started, and I started seeing these vendors that's come by. I bought from a few different people, and I was buying the same names over and over. Or the person that they gave me was just janky as a person that sold it to me. So there's no need for vendors list or buy it, because I'm going to flood our Facebook group with a bunch of vendors. I like giving away information because it's what you do with it really that makes the difference.
Exactly.
So it don't matter whether I give it to you or sell it. If you don't do anything with it, then that's that. So if you're not a part of the Let's Talk Business Facebook group, you should join definitely, because after this podcast today and I go back to my house, I'm going to put up like maybe 10, 12 different screenshots of different vendors. So if you're looking to get in business and you need help, you need support, this is the community you need to be in. Because you see, we already showing you how to set up your business credit. We're showing you how to add trade lines. We're showing you where the money at. All you got to do is do it now.
Right. It's on. We're giving you the tools. So now it's time for you to take that initiative and say, hey, and like, I get it. Everybody does not have the desire to be a business person. We're not knocking that. But if you have that desire and you want to grow and you want to have a business that you have some attainable goals, because it has to be attainable. Because if you got goals and it's something that you can't attain, it doesn't make sense. So if you're willing to learn and you want to be taught, this is the place.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really on you and your drive. I'm going for everything that's meant for me in 2021.
There you go.
I'm going for everything. I'm not leaving any food on the table. Okay? I'm cleaning my plate every sitting. I'm doing it because it's no point. If you can go to work for somebody else, you can run your own business. If you can make sure you're following their policies, you can write your own. It's not that hard. You got to get out the mindset that you need a paycheck for security. I'm gonna tell you right now. Before this job, my last 3 jobs, major corporations, all closed. All closed down. Had nothing to do with us little people. Went to work every day, faithfully.
Exactly.
And then went to work one day and it's like, we closing. Like, what?
Yep.
Then what do you have to fall back on if you don't live, if you working and you live in paycheck to paycheck, and your job closed in 60 days? So you and 700-800 more people have to go find jobs in the same city. I've done it 3 times. 3 times.
Right.
First with Concentrics, then JCPenney's, then went to Michigan, then CCI.
It ain't a good feeling, that's for sure.
It's really not. It's really not. And I'm totally working at a job that's totally out of my field right now. I'm working with kids. Everybody know I don't like kids. But when things keep closing down, that's out of your control.
When you were humble, because you have to humble. You have to humble yourself to take that.
Lord.
But then it's like, you know what? Enough is enough. I know what I need to do now. I know what I'm about to do, and I know how I'm about to attain this. Mm-hmm. And it's time to be, like I said, I'll be 42 this year. By the time I'm 45, I'm done working for anyone. Anyone. And if it's God's will, it might be next year. Hey, and I'm going to claim it.
I'm trying to make it 2021. By the end of this year, I should be fully 100% support myself off my business. That is my goal. Yeah. It's supposed to happen last year, but COVID happened.
Right.
But this year,
this year we're not even going to worry about COVID. COVID ain't going nowhere, so we're going to figure out how to get around
COVID. We're going to work around all of it. So we're here to build you up. We're here to support you. You can cry, scream, whatever. It's stressful. Being a small business owner, it's not easy. It's not, because it all falls on you at the end. There's no manager to run to.
Right. There's no management.
Right. There's no, well, somebody else to get it. No, you're just somebody else. Like, this is really you. You know, so you have to stay motivated, and you need a system. You need a group of people that think like you. You can't be a business owner and go to a bunch of people that work at a job for a living and be like, oh my God, this is so hard. They're not going to understand your struggle. No. They're going to say, well, you should have kept a job. You should keep working like we did.
Right. You have to build a network of people who want it as bad as you, and they understand where you're coming from, where you're complaining about. Right. I can't get this, or I don't get this. Why this ain't happening for me? Right. You know.
And it's a lot of times for me, like I have people in my family that's in business, but they're in a totally different business. Like they're in a healthcare business, and they have different group homes and stuff like that. And I can't be like, girl, I can't get this formulation for this makeup right for nothing. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right. They're not going to understand it.
Right.
So you have to be around like-minded people.
Right. So if I was like, girl, one of my residents was just terrible last night, you know, they could be like, oh, girl, I understand. Right. Because that's where they work at. They're natural nurses, nurturers, you know. That's just what they do naturally. I like nursing. I don't like every aspect of it. I don't want to make it a career.
Couldn't make it a career.
Mm-mm. But, you know, we need them. And they're really good at it. And they love it.
Some I'm doing this, some ain't got no business being a nurse. But that's, you know.
That's a whole another episode. But for me, it's like there's no other person in my family that does exactly what I'm doing. So it's kind of hard. Like, who do I talk to? Who do I shoot ideas with? And I end up making my daughters my, like, best friends. Like, and then that's a catch-22 when you're raising kids. But for business purposes, they're like the only other people I can talk to, because they are in the business with me. They own part of the business, and I try to make sure that everything I know that I dump into them, because I always tell them I'm not going to be here every day. I'm not going to be here forever. Right. So when I leave off, y'all need to be able to pick up and keep going. So I make my own handbooks. I make my own training material. I make everything, and my daughters, they're probably tired of me making them things or saying, I'm gonna put this binder together for you because I need you to know how to do this. Like, it's crazy, but I need for them to be able to pick up a binder and say, this is Mama's daily task, and this is what she did every day, and this is what we need to continue to do. I need it to be that simple.
Exactly.
On down to the vendors, their contact number, their emails, it's the time of day you can catch them usually. These are the products that we get from them at this price point. You know, so it's not like, oh, the mom's gone, let's jack up the prices. No. They know everything that they're supposed to be doing when they're supposed to be doing it. So that's one in itself. But if you don't have a community for it, I'm telling you, being a small business owner is not easy. You will get stressed out. You will cry. Sales will go up and sales will come tumbling down. And you have to be emotionally ready for that.
Right.
You just have to.
Like, don't take it personal. It's life.
It's not. But I'm going to share a tip. Okay? And I shared this on the last episode, so if you wasn't here for that, if you trying to maintain a certain sales goals, and we're just going to use $5,000 as our example, and you want to show that you can maintain $5,000 in sales the whole year, and you end up one month and you like $4,000, purchase something from your business for $1,000. Or say you did a pop-up shop. Oh, I did this event and I sold this, and this is the cash money from that, and put it in your bank account. So basically move the money from your personal account to your business account and then justify it. So you always consistently have your sales goals. So you can go to a bank and say, hey, I'm not just a startup anymore. I actually have $5,000 a month consistently in sales, or a week, or whatever, however you want to do it. But that's one way to do it. Buy from yourself. You know, if you wear clothes and you sell clothes, why are you not buying your own clothes?
Why not buy your own clothes? And then that way you can advertise for yourself.
Exactly.
You're giving yourself, you marketing yourself.
Exactly. You think I've been in this under these lights too long, so I'm looking a little glowy, but I'm not wearing anybody else's makeup. This is Imperial Divine Cosmetics. From the eyebrows to the eyelashes to the blush to my lipstick to my eyeshadow. It's all my brand. I'm not going to go out here and buy Fenty or L'Oreal or anybody else when I have the exact same products or better. I ain't going to say I'm better just yet. Give me a minute. I'm coming. I'm coming for y'all. This is the underdog story.
Claim it.
We coming for you. But definitely you can set yourself up. You just got to do the research. The money is there. I remember years ago, and it's like, there's no grant for business. There's no grants for business. And there really wasn't a lot of grants out there. Not for what we were trying to do. But now, today, COVID is a curse and a blessing. Because one thing it did make me do is sit down and figure out what I was going to do with my life. Where we going from here? Because things may not get better.
Right.
So I appreciate that. Making you have to sit down and think. And also these grants that came out of nowhere, these stimulus things, we would have never had different grants and stuff that this readily available. But now that we do, let's get them and let's take advantage of them. Right. If you want to pitch your idea or say, can you look at my business plan, shoot us a message on our Let's Talk Business podcast Facebook page. We'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. We try to get back as soon as possible, but you know, things happen. We work and we own businesses, so we can't always respond right away. But just run it by somebody a couple times and say, hey, how did this sound? Do a pitch video, a 60-second pitch video a couple times. Record like 10 to 12 of them and see which one sound the best. If you can't explain to somebody what your business is in 60 seconds, it's like your elevator pitch, then you need to really work on that. You need to work on explaining what you do and how you do it, or who you're doing it for, as quickly as possible. Because that's about the much attention somebody's going to give you. Is, hey, you quick, you know, give it to me right quick, get straight to the point.
Yep.
They don't want to hear, my leg was blown off in Korea, I came back to America, and then they don't get straight to the meat and potatoes.
Exactly.
They don't want the sob story.
Like, you never know who you're going to come across. Always have your pitch ready.
Always be ready.
You always have your pitch ready. Somebody tell you what type of business you have. I need you to be able to run off what you're trying to do, who you want to market to, and what type of things are you trying to obtain within doing that. Right.
If you're not really doing research, then what are you doing? What are you in business for? To be a business owner is to be constantly learning. Every day you're constantly learning something new. You need to know who your market is, who you're selling to, what their demographics are, what their average income is, and that way you can figure out how much you need to price for this product for this area. I can't have Brookfield prices on the north side of Milwaukee. The income is not there, you know. I'm not going to lowball Brookfield and go out to Brookfield and charge what I would charge on the north side. No.
Exactly.
These people got way more income. The average household income is what, $100,000 out there? I think, or better. I think $12, $15 lipsticks sound more doable. Now, if I have them over in the north side, I think $7, $8 lipsticks is more doable. You have to know who you're marketing to and what their income is. There's no way to run a business without knowing stuff. You have to learn. You have to consistently learn. If you don't want to read, if you don't want to look stuff up, you don't want to be in business. Just go to work and clock in.
Right.
It's that simple. So I don't know about you, but I'm getting my loan paperwork together now.
Yeah.
I'm getting my grant videos together now.
You got me plenty of information today that I didn't know. So like I said, that's what I've been. My mind is constantly going, and it's like a little thing in there is just constantly going. So what I'm gonna do when I get home is go get my all my other stuff together, apply for my numbers and stuff. Yeah, I'm doing that today.
Absolutely good. And let me know when you're ready for your store, because we're going to put you on Shopify. And I know there's a lot of other platforms, but I'm going to tell you why Shopify is better. Okay? You can go to Wix, you can go to Square and all of that stuff, and they give you an e-commerce portion to your website. You need an e-commerce site, period, especially if you're selling anything online. Right? You don't need a website then with the store. You need a store with web pages. It's a difference. Okay? The reason why I say you can Shopify is the best, in my opinion. Let me put that out there, because you can link it directly to your social medias. So you can set up your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Pinterest, your TikTok to your store, and every time you post a new product, it goes straight to those stores. You can actually link it to, connect it to Walmart.com, and anything that you sell on Shopify, you can now sell on Walmart.com if you apply for an account. They don't have to. And you can also do that with Amazon. So you upload everything to your Shopify store once, and it shoots out to all these other platforms. Mm-hmm. Now, with Shopify, though, you also have the capabilities of talking to your customers, like a chat,
a live chat,
that you can set up to come to your business page messenger.
Okay.
So that's one thing. Also, you can do those pop-up boxes when you go on the store and say, "Hey, do you spend this for 20% off?"
Oh, giving out discount codes.
Yeah, but the discount is already set, and when you set it up, it's gonna select whatever you tell it to select. Wink, wink. So you can put 50% off, 75% off, and they can spend for it, but they always gonna land on 10. The object of that is not to cheat them out of the percentage. It's really just to gather their name and their email addresses. Email lists or phone numbers is going to be your best friend. You want to do email blasts, but email is kind of phasing out, but not so much. But you'll get a better response with text messages. So you want to have a pop-up at the beginning of your, at the front of your page as soon as they log on, to either collect the email address or a phone number for that 10 or 20% that you're going to give them. And you can link that information, go straight into your MailChimp or your Constant Contact, and it starts to build your customer list. Also, you can set on your site to collect, to force people to make an account. They can't check out as a guest. It forces them to give their account information to set up an account. So now you gather their name, their address, their phone number, their address, all of that good stuff, so you can market to them again. So this time, since you got everybody's address, you might not do a text message or an email. You may send a postcard to say, "Hey, thank you for being a great customer," or "This is your birthday. enjoy, 10% off, or maybe they turn 25. Hey, $25 off because you're 25 today, or whatever. So you want to, it helps you gather information so that you can remarket back to your customers. You can also set up your advertising and your marketing right through Shopify. You can set up your Facebook ads, you can set up your Twitter ads, everything right through Shopify. They have options to do local delivery instead of shipping. They link right to all the major shipping companies, and you can pick the best rate and best time. Like if I set up an account, I get an order and I print out the label, I can choose whether it's USPS or UPS or FedEx, whatever, by the rate, and it shows you. And Shopify gets like 20% off because that's the deal they have. So you're paying like 20% less than if you took it into yourself.
To yourself.
Yeah, took it in yourself. Another thing too, you can schedule your pickups. So instead of you taking 20 packages to the post office or to UPS or whatever, you can schedule that through your website. Say, hey, I got 20 orders coming out. And they'll come to your door and they'll pick up the packages and they'll ship them off for you. Now, I don't know about Wix or Squarespace or whatever other website platform out there. I don't think any of them do all of that for just a simple $29.99 a month. That's not even the enterprise. Right. That's the basic one. Your credit card processors is already built into it. They already have your legal pages, templates. You just really put your information in. They have your terms and conditions, your retail, your refund policies, your shipping policies. All of that is set. You just got to punch in your personal information or your business information and set it up.
That's what's up.
So that's why I kind of keep my business online, because my overhead is $29 a month.
Right, you cutting all that middleman stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
So get your funding, get your website, get your products, and get moving, people. Where we at on time? 45. Ooh, we're doing great. So if you miss any other portion of the show, or you want we went too fast, or you want information about the business funding, check on our Facebook page and our group. We will be putting up the information again later on today with links for you to apply directly to those places. I really, really encourage you, if you're a woman in business, to get familiar with iFund Business and Wibbic. And if you're a guy, I think Wibbic still works with you and Kiva still works with you, but iFund Women is really just for women. And if you're a black woman or a minority woman, they are eating up grants. There are people like CoverGirl or what's that hair? The hair company for black women, Cream of Nature. Yeah, they are giving loans, and different companies like that are giving loans specifically for black and minority women. So even though it's on the iFund Women platform, it's not available for every woman unless you're a minority. So think about that. All right, so stay tuned to Let's Talk Business in the future. We're coming to you every other Sunday at 2 p.m. Give or take, after we hurt your ears with the audio, the mic feedback and all of that stuff. But tune in to us, and we have a wonderful information for you guys. Check out our event page. We do have a course, how to start your own cosmetic line, coming January 9th. So make sure you tune in for that. It'll be on our Facebook Live. I hope to see you all there. Thank you. You have anything, any closing remarks?
No.
Any shout outs? Any homies?
No.
I'm going to pour out a little liquor. Alrighty. Now, special thanks to our engineer, Tone. Love him. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for him, because as you can see, we can barely get our lives going. So we appreciate him so much. All right, guys, have a great day. Think about your businesses. Come back. Ask us questions. We are here to help you. Love y'all. Have a good day.